So just like Ghostbusters, a movie nobody wanted to be the way it was. Not that there's anything wrong with an all-female cast. Of course there isn't. Because it would be funny if an all-female cast shit on men. That's fine. But Ghostbusters took it to insane lengths and used a franchise that was beloved to do it. See, that's the problem. It's not that you're pushing women or you're pushing different ethnicities and races and things like that. That's all good stuff. But the problem is when you rub it in people's faces to hurt other people. It makes no sense. Instead of making everyone equal, you sort of make everyone else better and then shit on white males and males all around, to be honest, especially Star Wars. Let's talk about Akbar, the admiral that just dies and gets blown out of the... By the way, spoilers for everybody. Spoilers, obviously. I mean, I can't believe I got to say that, but obviously spoilers. He gets blown off the bridge and dies, right? Now, Leia gets blown off the bridge, but she doesn't die because, of course, she has the Force, and she flies like Mary Poppins back to the ship. And somehow nobody gets blown out of the air duct. But the admiral that saved, the once loved admiral just gets blown out into shit and nobody cares. And he's just gone. He's dead. Whatever. Instead of having him actually maybe be the one, instead of the purple-haired SJW chick, they could have had the admiral here basically be the hero, and it would have made sense. Or you could have killed him in some other fashion. But nope. I get it. So there you go. I'm assuming this is a male. So even a male alien, you're blowing out the hole and you're dead, male alien. I may have it wrong, but this was one of the bombers at the beginning. I believe this was the bomber that saved everyone, or that whatever. She didn't save everyone, but she made the bombs drop, even though she died. So there was, of course, a woman, an Asian woman, was very... sacrificed herself, was given a very prominent role, much bigger role than Akbar, who just gets blown out, no one gives a shit. But of course, the female, she saved the day. Wow, it's amazing. Of course, Lieutenant Connix or whatever was on the bridge, and she was in a few scenes, and she seemed like a very helpful, of course, female. And those are all just facts so far. Maz Kanata is basically kind of like a female alien who is... shown in one scene battling, just being a warrior that she is. And, of course, she has very vital information to help them, to help Poe and all them in the worst part of the whole goddamn movie anyway. But she still is in the middle of fighting people off while she's Skyping with them. And so she's a very strong individual, even though she's an alien, but she's still a female alien, so she's still strong, of course. Well, this is a red-haired white male, so we of course know this guy is going to be one of the most evil, annoying pieces of crap in the movie. Is General Hux, of course. Basically, just white people are just evil shitheads, especially males. This, and especially nowadays with Trump being president, this kind of looks like Donald Trump's son. So I mean, we know what this guy is going to be like. Of course, he's a scumbag guy, evil male. Poe Dameron is actually a good guy, but, that's probably because he's not fully white. He's Guatemalan, so, he is a white... He's not a white male. He is a Guatemalan back. Oscar Isaac, of course. He's not... He can't be this proud individual. He is a hot-headed idiot who basically gets people killed, is said to get people killed in the beginning of the movie, and then later on in the movie, when he just wants to know the plan, while they're all seemingly going to die and run out of fuel, he just wants to get answers from a leader that they've never had before. She could have just told him, but she doesn't, because, you stupid man, you're a stupid hothead man that we just don't need you right now. Oh, let's not forget about the main character in Rogue One, right? Poe, I'm a purple-haired female, so that means I'm a hero, and I'm gonna go down a hero. Not only am I not gonna tell you something that I should just tell you, I'm not gonna tell you because you're a dumb male, and you'd probably screw this whole thing up, you stupid male. I'm friends with Leia, who is the leader of this whole thing, and I'm also a big member and a leader of this whole thing because I'm a purple-haired feminist SJW. Oh, and by the way, Akbar? No, he's getting blown out the window. We don't care about him. I'm going to save the day and sacrifice myself. Once again, another female in the movie sacrificing herself and showing how strong she is, and one of the coolest scenes ever in the movie, actually. But, of course, the main character of this movie, mostly, is, of course, Daisy Ridley's Rey. That's right, a character I actually did enjoy and did like. And guess what? I never had a problem in Force Awakens that they went with a female lead and that she had a black sort of co-star in the movie, John Boyega. I loved it, actually. I thought it was great. There was no problem with it whatsoever because in that movie, none of this was really shoved in our face. It seemed to make sense with the story. You see, in Force Awakens, everyone has something to do, and it kind of makes a little bit more sense because it's not so in your face. But in The Last Jedi, it is clearly stuffed into your face. So the lead is a hero female, of course, with more power than anybody, even Luke Skywalker, because even without any training, she scares him and can beat him up and everything. So there you have it. Another strong female lead. And Kylo Ren is one of the most popular things in the movie. He, of course, is a bad guy because he's a white male, so of course he is a terrible, no-good, bad guy. And I'm assuming the guy that that voices Snoke is a white male as well. Snoke, of course, a bad guy. Kylo Ren, of course, a bad guy. And then you could say, well, but at least out of all that stuff in this movie, there is one male. And he's even a white male, but he's a male. He's a male, and he's Luke Skywalker. So here we go, Luke Skywalker to the rescue. Except, number one, he dies in the movie, right? In epic fashion, he is there to help them. However, he is flawed. Luke Skywalker is flawed. Luke Skywalker is majorly flawed because he thinks that Kylo Ren, despite the fact that he did anything and everything he could to save Vader, his father, he said, I can turn him back, I can save him at any cost, even if I have to die, I know I can turn him back. However, he believes that Kylo, when he was training him, was going to be very powerful and a very bad guy and use the Force in a bad way. So he has this idea that I should kill him and stop him from whatever he's going to do. And then in the middle of it, he thinks, maybe I made a mistake. And then it leads to the problem. He essentially creates Kylo Ren in a way. So thus making Luke Skywalker, not only is he against what his character was, it makes Luke Skywalker kind of a fucking idiot. And every second Kylo Ren changes personalities in this movie. One minute he wants to stop, the next minute he wants to start, the next minute he wants to stop, thus being another evil asshole. So I think you can see, if you just line up the personalities of this movie, what's going on here. Now let's talk, can we talk about John Boyega as Finn? Well, guess what, males? Here's another one. Now, you would think that being black, African-American, John Boyega would at least get a more noble role or a good part in this movie, but he gets a shithole part in this movie, thus still pushing the stigma of just black actors in movies. He had a chance to be a hero in this movie, but that chance to be a hero was interrupted by this stupid bitch. This fucking Jar Jar Binks of this movie, this dumb fucking bitch. If you are someone out there that actually supports this movie, there is no fucking way in the entire fucking world that you can defend this fuck-ass character. There is no way. First of all, this dumb bitch, they let the animals go for whatever reason, and she says some corny line that's annoying. And then later on, Finn is about to save everybody and become a hero and stop something, and what happens at the last second? She smashes him out of the way of it. And then she says to Finn that we have to love each other. She gives him a kiss, and it's the worst thing I've ever seen. So again, she becomes, I guess, the hero of saving Finn from himself. This is the third or fourth female in the movie that basically does something supposedly heroic here, although stupid, because Finn would have maybe blown up that machine that was going to kill them all and all these other things, and he was going to be a hero. You were actually going to let the black man be a hero. John Boyega was going to get to be a fucking hero in this movie. Black African-American male saves everybody. Nope. So that gets ruined. And after this movie, now that Luke is out of the way, there are no more white males to save anybody. There are no more white males to really do anything. So you have effectively done what you kind of wanted to here. You have a female character in Rey that will be the head of the whole thing. And then you will have, of course, Oscar Isaac, John Boyega, and this Asian bitch who sucks. And you've eliminated... You've done what you wanted. You turned the male characters into a joke. Dameron Poe. Fucking, I can't even... I think I'm watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Poe Dameron. I'm so mad I'm saying names backwards, mixed up. But you've turned Poe into like a hothead moron. You turned Boyega into an idiot. He gets up and he's got liquids flowing all off him like a moron in the beginning of this movie. The comedy is just horrible and atrocious. And through all this, you can see the agenda that they had to disguise it a little bit more than Ghostbusters and some of those other movies. Even Star Trek Discovery does this. Strong female captain dies. Female flawed lead takes over in a sympathetic role, and she's going to show whatever, and she's the hallmark of the whole movie. There's a gay couple on board. And on top of that, the white male captain is kind of evil. So, I mean, you can see the agenda of Hollywood. I want to enjoy movies, but I just can't anymore. You bring up Voyager. Oh, they had a female on Voyager. Well, listen, Star Trek and Star Wars and all these movies have always been very open-minded. I love that. I love diversity. I absolutely love diversity. And I love females having strong roles, like I did Rey. I loved Rey's character. I think they ruined her a little bit, too, in this. They ruined almost everybody, to be honest. But there is a clear sort of, agenda in many ways. I suppose the strongest argument you can make to what I've said here is that Luke, is epic and he sort of like saves the whole deal at the end or whatever. And I can totally get that, and maybe everything else is an offset. But the bottom line is this was all stupid. You could have written this woman so much better. The Asian girl, Rose, you could have written her so much better than what she was written. In fact, she was really likable at the beginning. When I first met her, I sort of liked her, and then all of a sudden it just went downhill from there. And I love John Boyega's character. I love Finn, but he sort of takes a back seat in this movie and is turned into kind of a chump. So he's sort of digressed. And then Poe, I mean, he's digressed as well as a hothead who might have gotten people killed, and on top of that, no one really trusts him 100%. So they have stalled out and moved backwards. She is just introduced to us, and she moves backwards, and will probably be the most hated thing about this movie, or hated character in this movie. And it just goes on and on and on with these movies nowadays. It is so bad. I don't want to pay attention to this stuff. Dude, Admiral Janeway, or rather Captain Janeway on Voyager, she was a strong captain that I believed as a woman. She could have been a black woman. She could have been an Asian woman. It wouldn't have mattered. It would have been a strong female character that I really believed. She was the female character, and she was good. It didn't matter what she was. It didn't matter that she was female. But nowadays, it's not good enough that you put in, like, a different race or a different gender and those type of things. It's not enough that. You also have to bash the guy on the way through. That's the problem. Like Ghostbusters, when there's like pussy fart jokes to piss off some of the guys who can't deal with it. There's just all this fucked up comedy. Every guy in the movie was a bad guy. Go watch Ghostbusters. Every guy's a bad fucking guy. And the secretary they hire, who's a white male, he's a fucking moron. Was Janine Melness a moron in Ghostbusters when she was the secretary? No. In fact, she was pretty strong. In fact, Sigourney Weaver was a female in Ghostbusters. Her character, she was amazingly strong. So strong, she ended up goddamn leaving Bill Murray's character, Peter Venkman. She was a smart individual. So in Ghostbusters, when a man would try to be like, oh, I'm a man and you're a woman, the woman would always get the upper hand in the movie. Like Sigourney Weaver, Bill Murray could be like, come on out to dinner, ha ha ha. And, she didn't just go, oh, you're such a great man, let's do that. No, she was a strong woman who was like, you're full of shit, bro, get out of here, And, but in these movies now, when a man does something, they have to shit on him. Like, that's the problem. It's not a problem that there's different races and females everywhere. That's great. Like, there's no problem with that. The problem is how they treat males, and they really have a hard on for hurting white males, but they hurt all the males. Why the fuck isn't John Boyega a stronger character? Okay? I mean, poor black people. They can't catch a break. Even in this fucking social justice warrior movie, this motherfucker is trumped by a female Asian. Yeah! All the black people out there and black kids who are like, finally, John Boyega, Finn, oh my god, a character I can maybe identify with because he looks like me. I'm a black person. This is great. He's going to do something great in this movie. And then at the end, when he's about to suicide and save everybody in this unbelievably bold move, something where you could walk out of the theater as a black male. And listen, most of us don't even care about the color and the races and shit. Most of us don't even want to think about this. But they've made us think about this. I don't want to think about this. But if I walked out there, I'd be like, see that black guy, he saved everybody. You know what I mean? You can go out there kind of, some people think that way. And even subconsciously, they sort of think it like, oh, that was cool. I can relate to that. I would do the same thing. I'd want to save everybody. But guess what? The guy gets cucked by a fucking, well, I see you're black male, and I'll raise you a female Asian chick. Oh, it's too good. Ask yourself this, if everybody on Earth was purple. Imagine if we were all the color purple, right? Every single one of us was purple and genderless. How would this movie have gone? Do you really think this movie would have gone the same way if we were all genderless and purple? No chance in hell. There was a clear message sent in this movie, and that's what fucking ruins it for almost everybody that has a brain. Now, if you can turn your brain off and just watch this movie and think like, oh, this is pretty fucking cool, then fucking, my goddamn, my hat's off to you. In fact, I'm even somebody who can do that because I gave this movie a 6 out of 10. A lot of people with some of the points that I just brought up would give this movie a 3 or a 2 or something like that. I still give the movie a 6 out of 10 because it still kind of entertained me. But every time one of these things happened that was clearly in our face, like child slavery or animal cruelty or rich people making weapons, and then they even run across, oh God, what's his name? He's the smuggler codebreaker guy. Benicio del Toro's character. We could even go into fucking Benicio del Toro's character. Can you guys guess what type of person Benicio del Toro's gonna play since he's a male? Well, you guessed right. He's gonna play a scumbag asshole because he's, of course, a male. Oh my God, he's a male. So, of course, he's a scumbag. And, he's a stuttering idiot, by the way. I don't know what the hell they did with his voice in this fucking movie. Like, and of course he shows them that the weapons are being made for the good people and the bad people at the weird casino planet that nobody cares about that I wish was never ever in this movie. Anyway, guys, that's my rant on this movie. And that's all I can say. I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? I'm not somebody. I didn't go into this movie thinking I was going to be all angry about it because I like The Force Awakens. So you can't be one of those people that's like, oh, you don't know what you want. You don't like Force Awakens. Then they do this. Like, nope. I liked Force Awakens. So nice try. In fact, I like most of the Star Wars movies. Episode 1 and 2 were kind of hard to watch, and I didn't like them too much. But every other Star Wars movie, for the most part, has its flaws, but I like them nonetheless because they sort of make sense. They have a theme, and they make you feel good or bad emotionally. And even Episode 3, which has terrible fucking dialogue and quite a few issues with it as well, is nowhere near, I don't think, as bad as this movie. Well, no, okay, it's close, but it's just not as bad as this movie to me. So I tried to like this movie. I wanted to. I'm going to see it again, actually, because my kid wants to see it. And, hey, it is what it is, and I am just, there's nothing you can do. You can't undo it. I'm not one of these people that goes, you must don't do this. J.J. Abrams is going to take back over the reins again on the third one, and I just feel like we are in for, I don't know what to say, like it's like schizophrenic. At this point, I feel like if JJ takes back over again, he might do all the things right that weren't done here and put the pieces back together again. But it's like you still have to go through this sort of schizophrenia if you ever want to watch this trilogy again. But what are they going to do? Everybody's dead. This movie ends like there's no anticipation to see the next one, really. What are we going to see in the next one? You know what I mean? What Rey and Kylo Ren are going to battle on, and I mean, I think the goal by the director, was it Rian Johnson? I forget. The goal of the director in this, I think, was to sort of be like, get rid of everyone. No, it is Rey and it is Kylo Ren, and they're making their own journey. Now the story is about them. Story is focused on them. Everybody else was in the way of the story of those two and what they were going to do, so we moved on from that, and now here we go. But where are they gonna go? I find myself not interested at all in the third one. Snoke is gone, so I don't care about that anymore because that's gone. And in fact, it was just one big troll job. It looks like, unless the theories are true that he's actually alive somehow. Her parents are nobody, unless that's a joke or a lie. Despite she said it to herself. So there is zero anticipation for this movie. I don't know how many of you guys are wrestling fans out there, but this is eerily similar to a bad Monday Night Raw where it ends and you go, I don't care about next week. There's nothing to look forward to. Did the same writing team write this movie? Everyone's gone. Luke is gone. Fucking Han Solo's gone. Leia is actually gone in real life. So how is Carrie Fisher is the only one whose character survived in this fucking thing, really, from the old cast. And now she's not here anymore. Could this be any fucking more terrible? So, I don't know. I think this is SJW Star Wars. That's my opinion. Leave it down below. What do you think? Hit that sub button if you like what you heard. This is Corrupted YouTube channel. My other channel, Joe Cronin Show, we talk about wrestling, but this is youtube.com/corruptedpodcast, home of Corrupted Entertainment, and of course our Corrupted Podcast every Saturday night. If you guys want to join us for the Corrupted Podcast live, support the show on Patreon. You get 6 to 8 hours of bonus content a week. Patreon.com/Joe Cronin Show. Thank you guys for listening. I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know what type of videos you'd like going forward on this channel. Tons more content to come, and we'll see what we have to do. Look at Benicio Del. Sorry. Bye-bye.